I never heard of it. And if Snake doesn't know what it is, I don't think we'll ever know. Sheldrake? Sheldrake? Isn't Sheldrake... Huh? Okay. That was the only one that stood out to me then. Ugh, okay. Oh my god, so many fucking books in here, man. Oh my gosh! How did you know? Nobody said anything about those. My number theory is usually split into 4 chief disciplines. There's a book named Algebraic Number Theory. I took a wild guess that the other 3 would be there as well. Looks like I was right. God damn. Such a bowler. Hurry up, we need to find a key with the mark of Neptune. Okay. Sounds like a job for the best brother and sister team in the world. Man, it's like 7 and I don't even exist. Ugh, looks like a children's story about Native Americans. Don't you think a random book like that is kind of suspicious? Maybe you ought to hold on to it. Ah, shit. Was I supposed to be like looking at all these books? Whoa, what the shit? Lurk. 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 It's a pop-up lurk. That's weird. The initials L and R were put onto the blood wall where the impersonator of 7 died. What's Hellenism? I think it's something like a fusion of Greek and Oriental culture. Oh shit. Okay, so I think we must be on the hunt for books then. The one with the pop-ups! I don't like that. You think they're part of a series or something? They do have the same binding. It's a baseball in this one. Head! Lurk head! Lurk head! Okay, no. Lurk head. Okay, so... really don't know what to go on there right now. Oh look, 7, here's a book that's perfect for you. It's called Correlation of Muscle, Bone Density, and Bone Strength. Ha! I'd actually probably know quite a lot about this book. You're just saying that because it says muscle. Oh man, there's a fuck ton of books in here. Human equilibrium theory. Human anatomy. Regeneration of internal organs. Monkey behavior, huh? I'd imagine that's a book describing praxeology studies of monkeys. Monkeys are very similar to humans evolutionary, so I imagine the research was fruitful. Alright. Functions of the human brain, huh? I guess this is a book about the nervous system. I'd love to ask you to read it to me, but I don't think we have the time. Yeah, it's another book I'd know a lot about. I'm kind of curious about it too. There's gotta be a reason why people connect with each other, you know? Shit. Recreation of lost human functions. You think they're talking about if you like lose part of your body, then you could grow it back? No, I don't think so. Maybe they're talking about reconstructing abilities like humankind once possessed. In other words, they may be talking about cultivating a sixth sense. Sure they are, Snake. Whatever floats your boat. So let's just double check these real quick. Fuck with these books, man. Yeah, there's too many books. Just make sure I've got everything up here. Because I don't know if I've just... You can tell that if you miss one shelf, that's going to be the shelf that has like a really critical thing in it, you know? That's just the way this kind of game works, man. So, even though it's kind of tedious, I'm just going to click all the books on this on this floor. And then we'll go to the first floor. Ah, no. Okay. Open here, find bulb. Oh, I know this one. That's Einstein, right? Dude. Knock it off with the science voodoo stuff. Trying to put me to sleep? It's a theory of reality where, how do you explain? It says where all the elements of the universe are governed by the vibrations and harmonics of tiny supersystemic symmetric things. Okay. Okay, so we've looked at all the books on this level. This is a pop-up book. It's got the letters H, E, A, and D popping out of it. Oh, buddy. 7. What's cracking? Okay, so whatever we've got to get is definitely down here, though I really don't want to start looking through all of these books. That's a weird book, Junpei. Indian mathematics. That's funny. Why is that funny? Oh shit. Modern Japanese literature, huh? Ah, buddy. No shit, you little brat. You guys, cool it, cool it, cool it. We're in fucking room 9, man. Enough of this bullshit. It's got a magic wand on it. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, so we got another pop-up book. I'm guessing we might... I don't know whether we have all of them or whether we need to get one more. Oh man, I wonder what this one's... Whoa, what's this? Whoa. Oh. Sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, what's the deal with this sappy stuff? Oh, shit. It's a small enclosure, 9 sides. There are 3 of those things that look kind of like music stands. Okay, how about we try putting these picture books on the stands? And I guess we need to get some light going to make shadows appear on here or something? Yeah. Okay. If there are 3 lights, that means 3 light bulbs. There won't be much point unless we can replace all 3 light bulbs. We need 3 light bulbs, huh? Shit! Really? The iron plate is bolted down. I don't think it's a door, I think it's just a wall. Ah, well, bullshit. In the middle of the glass door is a cylinder lock. You know, the kind of lock where you rotate numbers around until you've got the right ones to open. How is this? It's like they just gave us the answer. Guess I might as well give it a shot. What? What do you mean, give us the answer? I have no clue. Unless we put that there. Seriously? You did it, Junpei. Really? I don't know why, but I don't really feel particularly happy about being praised for that. Whatever. I mean, at least the lock's open now. Let's see if we can get it open, alright? Okay, sweet. Oh, another light bulb. Bang in! All 6 books seem to be pointing at the cylinder number lock. Okay, so that's 2. Having a hard time trying to think where the next one's gonna be. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Fudge. Oh no. Like I really feel like I'm on a dead end right now. Dude, I'm pretty sure I've seen all of these, right? I have seen all of these. I'm just gonna... It's like, books like this, they stand out so much, and I keep thinking I have to take them or something. Oh, Seven. Why are you so dumb? Okay. So we're not looking for any more suspicious books. Rather, now looking for that final light bulb, but it's like, where? Powerful light bulb. Okay, it's gotta be something to do with this, right? I don't understand this. Huh. This is the only thing that we haven't, that's still a bit of a mystery that we haven't messed with yet. So I'm kind of thinking like, is there something I gotta do with this, or what? Fuck me, nothing there to go on. We just got fucking light bulbs, man. Ah! Give me the other one, please. I have no clue. I have no clue. You can sort of see the letters. It's too dark in here to really tell though. That probably means our light isn't bright enough. Ugh. Man, it's gotta be this. It's gotta be something to do with this, but I just don't... I don't know what to do. Maybe I haven't done something yet that I should have done. To trigger messing with this cabinet. Feels like a light bulb. Pretty high wattage too, unless I miss my guess. It should generate quite a bit of light. Okay. Sheldrake. I have no idea what that is. If you asked me, I'd probably say it was like a mythical creature or something. Damn. Red Book says dad kind of. coming anything with that word. Red, yellow, green, and then Sheldrake. Oh, I don't get it. I really don't get this one right now. I'm really coming up with nothing. I really have no idea. I really hope I haven't missed something out of a fucking shelf, man, because I really don't want to be inspecting all these again. Ah, shit. It's always really shitty being stuck in a puzzle game, isn't it? Because you just really feel like everything you're clicking and doing right now is pointless because you have no intent, you have no objective, no goal, no expectation that comes with this clicking. You're just clicking to see if something happens. Oh no, this is not where I want to be at, man. This is not where I want to be at. I got 2 fucking light bulbs, and I know I gotta mess with them fucking books down at the first floor, but it just gives me descriptions on them. At least I think I need to mess with them. Oh, this sucks. Alright. Absolutely nothing here then. Okay, well at least this is new. This is new. Give me something. You gotta give me something. Look at all these books that look like they're standing out, man. I found it! I fucking found it! Alright. Okay, I'm good. This is good. Light this bitch up. Let's get out of here, man. I hate this room. I really hate this room. No! Alright, so there are 3 lights in here. I can sit up now. I'm gonna change those bulbs. Now they should shield Drake? As in Shield Drake? Sheldrake. Yeah, Sheldrake 5. So the 5th volume? Awesome, it worked. Way to go, Chippy. Good job, buddy. There's something projecting on the bottom. These letters, they seem familiar. Sheldrake 5. Jumpy read the text out loud. I think I saw the rest of his collection somewhere. Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here. Let's go take a look. Okay. Seven and Clover walked off, leaving Jumpy and Snake behind. Have you heard of him? Sheldrake, I mean. Jumpy grinned. Yeah. Lotus told me about him. It's a British biochemist called Sheldrake. He had a rather interesting theory. The theory of morphogenetic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance. Really? From Lotus, huh? Well, Clover also said something to me about that stuff. She did? Yeah, what was it? The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. Ah, that girl. I told her not to tell anyone. You did? Why? Junpei's eyes narrowed. Look, man, I didn't push it because we're in a hurry, but I'm kind of sick of this. How about you just tell me, okay? Tell you what? Don't give me that. About the experiment. Snake's shoulders slumped and he shook his head slowly. He'd finally given up. Very well, fine. I'll tell you everything. But not here. Let's move to the top floor. Junpei nodded. With that, they climbed the stairs to the top floor. They get some fucking answers. Snake was silent for a moment after they arrived, then finally crossed his arms and spoke. I suppose I might as well start by telling you why I kept quiet, and why I made sure Clover did as well. To be honest, the explanation is quite simple. Zero told me not to. I had little choice. He didn't walk up and tell me, of course. He gave me a message engraved on a card. Snake reached into his sleeve and pulled out a small, stiff piece of paper. It looked a good deal like one he'd shown everyone on the central staircase. So you have 2 cards? No, only one. I knew it, man. I knew Zero would have told Snake something different because he only had the ability to interpret the markings on this paper. Huh? What do you mean? I thought that card just had some rules for the non-re game on it. Such simple-minded thinking, Junpei. Yes, it did. And those are the rules I read to you. However, they were not the only thing on the card. There was something I didn't read. Well, perhaps I should say there was something I couldn't read. And that was... Tell no one of the events that took place 9 years ago. Tell, and I activate your sister's detonator. Whoa. Oh. Well, Snake nodded. Well, what about Clover? Did she get a message from Zero too? I don't believe she did. Doesn't it strike you as strange that Zero would shut my mouth but not hers? Yeah, it does seem a little weird. To be honest, the safe side, however, I told her it was best not to tell anyone. Still, apparently she told you. That girl. What's wrong with her telling me? I figured some stuff out with the things she told me. I mean, it looks like the whole activated detonator thing was just a bluff. She's prancing around downstairs, happy as a clam, out of your back. Snake glanced down at Clover and Seven, examining one of the bookshelves. That's very true. I've decided I can trust you. I've decided to tell you the truth. The chance that Santa is Zero is very high. I feel I can assume Santa doesn't have the time to observe us at the moment, and at any rate, even if I were, I very much doubt he would kill us. Why not? And Clover told me about the 4-leaf clover, about the words. If he knew about that, then he was in my group during the first experiment. I'm sure of it. He wouldn't kill us, no matter what the situation was. Snake paused and cocked his head, as though he was listening to something very far away. His face looked dark, as though something was weighing on him. Hey, Snake? Junpei wasn't quite sure what to say. Snake turned and looked at him. Yes, I know. You want to know what happened during the experiment? Yeah. How much do you know? Junpei relayed to Snake everything Clover had told him. The morphogenetic field and the experiments 9 years prior that had dealt with it. How the experiment had taken place simultaneously at 2 locations, one being the ship and the other being a building in Nevada. How they played the non-re game. He told him everything, and finally he told him how a girl died during the experiment. Oh, yeah, she told you all that, did she? Snake looked down. His face was tight. A slight tremor shook his body, and he tried to hide it. He was putting on a good front, but even Junpei could tell that he was holding back something deep and powerful. He made it as if to brush something from his face. and looked up at Junpei. At any rate, I know how much you've learned. And all that remains for us to determine is who did this and why, right? Yes. Can you tell me what happened? Snake nodded slowly. The people who organized the initial experiment were from a company called Cradle Pharmaceutical. There were 4 of them running the show. Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical. Nijisaki was the right-hand man, and did the lion's share of the planning. Kubota led the company's research and development vision. Musashido was their majority stockholder. It was these 4 people who planned the initial experiment. Let me simplify it for you. Hongao designed it, and Nijisaki put it together. Kubota developed the technology required, and Musashido provided the cash. So it's Hongao, Nijisaki, Kubota, Musashido. Man, I wish they'd stop fucking saying these names. I've been talking way too long, man. Don't be throwing them words at me. Junpei couldn't shake the sense that he had heard those 4 names somewhere before. Of course, more than 4 people were required to conduct an experiment of this scale. To that end, they organized a top-secret team to assist with their research. All in all, they gathered 10 people or so. Those 10 completed their team, and they were able to begin the project. They named it the Nonary Project. The purpose of the experiment was to research the prospect of controlling the human mind through sheer will. The vessel, I suppose you could say, for the control was the morphogenetic field. Why did the glycerin suddenly begin to crystallize? Why did the crystal structure of EDT undergo a sudden change? Why did the rats improve their puzzle solving skills of each generation? Experiments of humans produced the same results. The more people who knew the answer to a question, the more people there were who could answer correctly without having seen the problem before. Why? How? The answer is that the shape of the answer has been stored in a field invisible to the naked eye. And through that field, the resonant event transmits information related to that answer. That's essentially the idea behind morphogenetic fields. But that's just a theory. Can't bring yourself to believe it? Not really. Let's say someone killed another person because the devil told him to do it. Whether the devil exists or not has no relevance to the murderer. They believe the devil exists, whether or not he believes it's immaterial. So, what matters here is that Hongao believed in the morphogenetic field. Snake nodded. But I still don't get it. You said they wanted to figure out how to control people? Is that what you're trying to say? Yes. So, how are they going to do that with a morphogenetic field? Now, I'll keep it simple. Let's suppose 10,000 people have solved a certain problem. The chance of you knowing that answer, even if no one has told you, will go up. Let's have another example, shall we? Say 1 million people here. 1 million... I can't fucking speak anymore. I'm losing it, man. Say 1 million people were to do a handstand right now. Tomorrow, the chances of you doing a handstand would be higher. Even if you had heard nothing of the hypothetical mass handstanding. Mankind's thought processes and actions are all part of a resonant event. All of the resonant events encoded in the fields are projected onto you. Of course, this assumes you believe in the theory. Do you follow so far? Yeah. But let's say hypothetically that there was a person who had the same effect as those millions of people. What would happen? If that one person were to do a handstand, other people would find themselves wanting to do handstands as well. Can you imagine what a person with powers like that would be able to do? Ah, so the sheer will part. Being able to control people by consciously doing actions to coax people into doing it themselves. Come on, there's no way. I'm not done. Imagine another scenario. Imagine another person. This is an ordinary person. Let's say he does a handstand. What if there was someone who could grab that resonant event he created by doing that? and use it to make other people do handstands, what would happen then? A person who has the power to write to the field and someone who can read from the same, you can think of them as the writer and reader, or the transmitter and the receiver. What would the world be like if there were people with abilities like these? Junpei thought about it for a moment. So, the transmitter's resonant event can be transmitted through the field and sent to the receiver. And then the transmitter can control the receiver however they wish. That's what you're saying, right? Yes, well, close enough at least. Come on, that's just crazy. But if you want to prove that, then you'll have to test it first. At least, that was how they thought. That was why they decided to do their experiment. That was how the nonary project began. Snake suddenly looked very serious. Junpei, have you ever heard of the Gansfeld experiment? No, I haven't. Junpei shook his head. You place a pair of subjects in separate rooms. Then you show one a picture and ask the other what they see. In theory, it's supposed to test for the existence of telepathy. Oh. So why'd you bring up the Gansfeld experiment? It was used to screen subjects for the nonary project. The hospital in a remote town was affiliated with Cradle Pharmaceutical. Hongao used it to conduct experiments on visiting children in secret. Some of them he found had potential. He began to gather children that showed promise, children that seemed as though they might be able to access the field. Of course, none of them volunteered. They were kidnapped. His face barely moved as he spoke. There were 9 pairs of siblings taken, for 18 children total. For reasons that were not fully understood at the time, each pair had one transmitter and one receiver. They were split perfectly. As such, the 18 children were split into 2 groups of 9. The children who were put in Group Q were the ones who excelled at transmitting. They were transferred to the mock experiment building known as Building Q in the Nevada desert. So... Huh. Clover is a transmitter? The children who excelled at receiving were put in Group A. So, Snake and Santa. The members of Group A were placed on the former hospital ship Gigantic. From the experiments he had conducted so far, Hangao had learned the following. There are 2 things that can increase one's resonance with the fields. The first is the epiphany, the other is danger. Have you ever been faced with an especially difficult problem and thought about it very long and very hard until finally an answer suddenly appeared in your mind? It may seem obvious to say so, but that is what is meant by epiphany. The information obtained through that epiphany can be easily transmitted through the fields, where it can be easily interpreted. Adding danger to that equation allows for even easier field access. So all of this was just transmitting and receiving? Having epiphanies through figuring out puzzles? The danger of having to find the dead so that you don't fucking blow up and shit? Is this all just one big receiver transmitting experiment? And if so, why? What data are they going to get from this? And why would Santa do this? If he was Zero, the one conducting all of this, what has he got to gain from this? This just seems like an experiment where you get data from, but for some reason, Santa didn't seem like the kind of person who desired data. He seemed personal. Some things still just aren't adding up. I gotta be right back, man. I gotta get me another drink, son.